somewhere, meaning something pretty significant, as far as actual engineering work. What I've seen done is they'll give estimates, but I've never seen any, and correct me if I'm wrong, people have been here longer than I have, I've never seen like any type of, engineering, some of the data here that kind of says, yeah, you do have issues. And again, I'd like to show you the report, but it's pretty exhaustive, and it does have hydraulic information in there. It actually has, what I say, engineering work. Some of the stuff I don't understand, but it's like, it looked pretty good. But it's engineering.
Because I know that we've done water models, we've done water studies, we've done all sorts of studies in the past. It was always, 10,000 here.
This is drainage. This is drainage.
Yeah, but I know when we did the, over here, what is it, Trevino? On this side of the HB, Trevino, right?
Yes.
I know when we did all that area, and they repaved it and that. I don't know if you remember, Hector, they did like a study over there. Was it drainage? I don't know. I don't recall. That was back in what,
It
2013?
was further up this way on Garcia.
Yeah, Garcia.
On Garcia, but the last major study we did was, drainage study was in the mid-80s.
Mid-80s?
When
Majors.
Major, when
Yes.
all that underground drainage that we did from Agdal through power plant, Trinity to Mulberry, and all the way up to the
Everything else in between has just been sections?
It's sectionally, is correct.
Part of the design that was done on 1581, that was just, the council, there was a concern that we needed to improve the drainage there, but to say that there was a study, it was just, we want to do the project and it was designed, but without, how can I put this? Understanding what is the consequence of us doing this, again, not just for ourselves, but down the stream or upstream, what exactly is gonna be the issue if we actually make the improvement. So I think by doing something like this, again, the challenge to me, one, is the prioritization of these projects, and again, by no means are we asking for $35 million, that's not the case at all. But if the council would consider maybe, in a year or two, say, hey, we could do 10% of this, 10, whatever that may be. The priority schedule, the priority still lies with the council, and saying, what exactly do y'all find as a priority for this? Because you guys have heard the Chaparrals, the Roosevelts, you've heard 1581, you've heard of all the projects that are issues on the community has made us aware, that's for sure. But
Fred, and these studies that we're gonna do, because I'm sure we're gonna do many other studies, is this something that we're just gonna discuss and then take it into the budget, see what studies we wanna do? Because the last thing I wanna do is do 15 studies on 15 different things, and then only end up doing
yeah.
2 or 3 out of the 15
Well,
studies. You know what I'm
this
saying?
study is done. I mean, the study is done with the recommendations and the estimated cost. So the study is done, but what we're gonna do is bring those back to you guys along with water issues, perhaps any other, sewer plant issues or those kind of things, so that we can make a decision based on what we're able to pay for. So yeah, the study's done.
Yeah.
What you're gonna vote on, you're gonna approve the study or not, and then we're gonna use that information to move forward. So yes, Councilman.
So the only comment that I want to say is, with all these studies, and we are looking at moving forward economically, I think we all can agree on that. So if we're gonna invest in something, let's already predict and put this ready to work, go to work on it, so we won't, years later, we won't sit here again when we have to do another study.
Right.
Let's hit it
Yeah.
once and for all and invest in
Yeah.
just to move forward.
At this point, wanted to indicate City Secretary will let the record show that Councilman Leal came in at 7:15. And with that, I'm going to ask for a motion to approve the Young Associate,
Mayor, I make a motion to accept the City of Pearsall Drainage Master Plan draft as prepared by Young Professional Resources.
okay, there's a motion on the table, may I have a second? There's a second by Councilwoman Sonia Hernandez. Okay, with that, any other questions? Okay, hearing none, I'm gonna call for a vote. All in favor of approving the motion on that, the motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor.
Appreciate you, very much, appreciate it. We're excited to get this. This is another step forward, thank you. All right, Council, with that, we're gonna move on to item 5D. This is an action item, discuss and consider conveying one PISD, one PD K9 kennel to the Toby Independent School District Police Department. This is an action item. I'm going to call for a motion. Can I have a motion, please? There's a motion by Councilwoman Hernandez. If you have a second, there's a second by Councilwoman Garza, at this point, I'm gonna turn the floor over to
You want to speak to this out?
Mr. McGee, you've got the floor.
Yes, we were talking about OG ISD Police Department to donate one of our canine inserts that we're no longer using. We've converted all of our units over to Explorers, and these come out of Tahoes, so we no longer have use for them, so they just requested we donate them to them.
And that conveying is, we're gonna give it to them, we're gonna help the school district over there, so. We got a motion, a second on the table, is there any questions? Okay, at that point, I'm gonna go for a vote, all in favor, please raise your hand, say aye. Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much, thank you, Chief. All right, with this, folks, we're gonna go to the long coveted item, get a chance to go over our preliminary budget. So, if this is not an action item, folks, you've got a copy of this, what I'm gonna get you guys to do. At this particular point, we're gonna turn it over to Fred and Jackie, and we're gonna hit the high points. I'm gonna ask you guys to make notes, any questions, we're gonna try to hold our questions to the end. We definitely want you guys to ask all the questions that you want. And again, this one's not gonna be deep in the weeds, but we're gonna have plenty of time to do that. After our presentation at the end, feel free to ask any questions, and then, take this home and study. And it's not one of those bedtime reading things where you fall asleep. We've got a lot of work to do here. But I want to also thank Fred and the department heads, police department, finance department, Hector, for putting this together. It's a lot of work, so we're grateful. At this point, we're going to turn it over to Jackie.
Yep.
Jackie, and everybody turn to that section of your packet.
Okay, Council, I just want to make one thing before Jackie starts. This is the preliminary budget, this is not our proposed budget, so there'll be definitely more data. And so I just want to make sure, let you guys know, we've been working on this since May. And so there's the numbers that you see and some of the requests coming from department heads and other people that work with them. But Jackie's going to go over the presentation, which will,
Okay, council, and in y'all's packets, I provided y'all, the department, heads expenses, and in my slideshow, you will be seeing where, I will be going over the revenues and the expenses to where we are balanced at the moment. Like Mr. Reyes said, it is just a preliminary, this isn't even the proposed yet. So, this is the dates for the budget. Our next one is gonna be July 19th, 2020. That's a Tuesday at 6 p.m. That one, we will just be going over the general fund. So that's gonna be Fund 01. You'll see that referenced a lot on your budget sheets. That's gonna be Fund 01. And that is admin, police, streets, finance, Parks and Rec, library, and municipal court. So these are just dates to take note of, because we have to make these meetings in order to turn in our tax rates in time to the state and to be on time with their tax rates and with the budget. You can go to the next slide. Here is our revenues and expenditures for general fund. Again, this is Fund 01. And here you can see our revenues up top, and it goes all the way from our taxes all the way into the transfers from the water and sewer side, and then the expenditures on the bottom. So that would be like Mr. Reyes' department, my department. These are going to be the expenses. As you see, we are balanced at the moment. And the sheets that are in y'all's packets, those total numbers are what make up the proposed for the budget of 22 and 23. You can go to the next slide. Okay, this is the revenues and expenditures for the utility fund. This is going to be Fund 35. This would be Fund 35 is made up of your water, sewer, gas, and solid waste. And here you will see that we are balanced at the moment. see our revenues up top, and again, our expenses at the bottom. You can go to the next slide. These are our projected revenues for the general fund, which is Fund 01. So with coming out of the pandemic, I went back all the way and did an average all the way from 2018 to get us a better number, because like we're kind of like post-pandemic. We're not all the way out, but so these are the numbers that I came up with, and this, like I said, for my proposed, I went all the way back to 2018. You can go to the next one. And this is our projected revenues for the utility fund. This is Fund 35. This is, like I said, the wastewater, water, gas, garbage. Here you can see the revenues for this side on this fund. Okay, so some special notes for this. Like I said, this budget is subject to change. It does not include an allotted budget for the line item on streets and roadways. So this past year we had allotted $300,000. Right now, this doesn't include any of that to redo a street or a roadway. With the hotel motel funds, that would be a match through a grant through Texas Parks and Wildlife, a 50% match. That would be $500K, so that would be $1 million total. This budget does include an employee incentive of $1,500. The ARP funds will be used to replace water meters, refund revenue loss, tank reimbursement, and professional services. In this budget, there is no staff increases to the department, so adding more staff, it's not included, and increases and pay increases as well, that's not included as well. And in this budget, there is no capital purchases included, so there's no like big ticketed items included in this preliminary budget. You can go to the next slide. So if you have any questions that arise when you're looking at the expense side per department, this is my contact information. You can either call me, email me, or we can set up like an appointment if you want to get into something more detailed for a specific line item. And also if it has to do with a certain department, we can also get with the department head and answer any questions that you have when it comes pertaining to the budget. You can go to the next slide. This is just gonna be these are just wish list items. And if you would like to take a deeper look, like on your own for our next budget hearing, this is gonna be Parks and Rec, and this would be to bring back the summer youth program. Again, this is not included in this preliminary budget. These are just things that the departments are asking for on top of, it would be on top of this budget. So the summer youth program, that would be $13,200. And then, this is to do playground equipment at Moreno Park and the sports complex. There's three companies with 3 different quotes. And the cheapest one would be $134,000. But that is something that we could also provide y'all to look at, like what kind of equipment it would include, the playground equipment. You can go to the next slide.
On the summer youth program, what are we looking at, 2 months, 3 months?
2 to 3 months, yes, sir.
That's like the summer rec that y'all used to have, right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am, it is the summer rec that we used to have, yes. And this is for equipment for, them to get a new John Deere, Gator. I know the Gator that they have currently was purchased in 1995, and they are in dire need of a new one. for new air conditioning upgrades to all of our facilities. It would be the sports complex, concession stand, city annex, the police department, and the library. We got 2 quotes. That would be from Maverick for $102,000. You can go to the next slide. And then the next one is from Sub-Zero. It's the same thing. City annex, police department, public library, sports complex, concession stand, and this quote is $69,000.
Are we, utilizing just as many, local vendors as possible, even, I mean, I know we have to have them approved and.
Yes.
good quality.
Yes, sir. When they went out for these quotes, most of them are local. We can provide the quotes. Like I said, I know like for the air conditioning, we did go local with Maverick, but they are like almost double what the other place was. And then this is the wish list for streets department, and these are the line items. Or this is that's the line item that these totals would have to get added to. It's a new John Deere tractor for $12,500, and repairs and maintenance to cover the cost of a track wagon, track sprayer, and a hydraulic dump trailer. That would be $40,500. And then this is on the water side, to line item, machinery, tools, and equipment, this would be $42,000, hydro dredder, and 2 coring scales for $42,000.
I have a question.
Yes,
I
ma'am?
have a question on the AC.
Yes, ma'am? Right here, yes, Maverick,
On the one that's the 69,000,
Yes, ma'am?
okay, that's a 3-ton 14-SEER American standard. Is that just the unit, or is it replacing?
This is with everything. What I was told per round is it's basically with installation and everything. These are the quotes.
Okay, yeah, because I see.
On the
that-
Maverick side, yes, the duct cleaning and all, the duct cleaning and the installation. Yes, ma'am,
Yeah,
I had,
what I'm trying to get is that, like right here, it says it's a 5-ton train unit for 11,500. What I'm trying to ask, is it just the unit, and then they break it down to another 5-ton unit, standard unit? I just don't.
oh, at the top, 5-ton train
Yeah.
unit, yes, and then 5-ton American standard unit. I would have to ask Graham on that to see, cause that's how the quote was given to me, so I don't know if it's like you said, if it's like 2 or if it's just gonna be 1.
Yeah, because I mean, me and my husband have a HVAC company, and I swear these are ridiculous prices. I mean, I don't know.
Part of what you need to do part of what we need to do is on that.
Break down.
Is we'll break down one and then determine the true specifications, because specifications should be consistent to whatever it is that we're asking for. These weren't, I can't say that the specifications were equal to what I'm getting at is, so when we're asking for, 5-ton unit, okay, what are all the accessories, what all else are we paying for? So those are things that, these are estimates that we're looking at now, but it may be less or maybe more in some cases.
They need to also specify if they're only getting a 5-year warranty, or if they're getting the extended 10-year warranty on it.
What is,
Okay,
Fred,
specify warranty,
The warranty on
Please
it.
asked to speak.
okay.
Specify the warranty on it, and, yeah, it's pretty much,
Okay.
the air handlers too, you have to, yeah. Air handlers, yeah, but that cleaning also, I mean, they have to specify if it's gonna be,
And this is what we promised them exact, the 2 different quotes.
yeah. They need to break it down, I mean, this is,
We can get
they need to break it down to each line item, and, labor included.
Okay.
Councilman Leal, you have a question?
It's a lot of wish list. I mean, I hate to be the Grinch of Christmas, but, I mean, when you come across a windfall of money that we got money to spend,
We're waiting for-
Heavy